Right now we're pretty symmetrical. Nice.
Well, we decided we wanted to make a show
Together.
in September of 2011, and we came up with the title Thanksville Question Grand. Then we asked some dancers, but we also decided to just make work on the three of us first and submit it to different things to kind of give ourselves checks.
Ooh, that's bad.
So we did this club called Performance Ark last January in Brewers Bagels, and we made a show with Necklin Underdown, whose bandfather's son composed the music for the show, and that premiered last March. And we're kind of still riding the waves of that.
We basically set up like checkpoints for ourselves in the fall semester so that we could force ourselves to start working. So in the midst of being like, who do we want to work with as far as dancers go? Where are we going to get music? Where is this going to be held? We were kind of forcing ourselves to choreograph by saying like, okay, well we have to audition for this thing. We're going to show our work for this thing. So by the time second semester started, then we could actually start on like the real stuff. That was our plan, and it worked.
So we found Mackie at a show. He was like playing a party that we were at. We were like, this is the most fabulous. So Julian hardcore stopped him, and we got him to meet us.
Yeah, we saw him. It was at Arbor Vitae, and it was like a couple bands, and he was the last one to play. Yeah. And someone I knew was like, oh my god, you don't love Father's Son? Like, you don't love this? And I was like, oh, it's Father's Son. And then we just danced a lot, and we were like, this. Show to this.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were thinking before. Were we thinking maybe loud music, maybe not? No.
I think you were just like, I have musician friends that we can call.
Oh, yeah.
That was our game plan.
But then it was just someone that I didn't know. That's true. We were really happy because his response was that he was really excited because he wanted to do something that semester that was like a more like independent project, and then he ended up doing through Steve Rush an independent study for it.
Which we didn't get any credit for this, I guess.
Yeah, that's another thing. We didn't get any credit for it. This is important.
Yeah, we got a grant from Arts at Michigan, but in order to apply for the grant, we had to have a student organization. So we were totally swamped at that time, so we got up and went to the Brewers before classes started. And
we gotta have an art version of the Cracker on, so we got there at 7:45.
Yeah. We tried to get there at 7:30, but it was probably 7:45. And we wrote a constitution. We have a constitution, which is hilarious to me. And then we got a grant from Arts at Michigan, which was really great, and really allowed us to do a lot. We also had a Kickstarter campaign, which was really successful.
And that was funny too because we were like, to make, like when I had known some people that had done Kickstarters, and then when I looked at the website, it was like, you really won't be successful unless you make a video.
Yeah.
And we were like, well shit, we don't have a show yet, that's the point. We don't have anything yet. Yeah. So one day, it was a Saturday, we go into the studio with
just tons
bring
of
your best clothes and your high heels, your scarves, your hair accessories.
Might be danceable, but also cool. Yeah, something.
And then
that was
we each just switched it off with the video camera. Was that your video?
Yeah, it's my mom's video camera. Also,
and then I edited it really jankily on iMovie, and it worked out. We all are money.
Yeah. But most of it is shot in the pool filtration system room. It's
that was really fun.
Yeah, it was super fun.
And the shots in the elevator.
Yeah, we
were
tried a lot of elevator
this is gonna work. Somebody went into the elevator and we had a shot of the door closing and then the door opening again. It would be somebody else standing there, and we didn't actually edit any of that in, but it was really fun to shoot.
Yeah. We did edit in though, Katie and I, or me texting.
Yes.
From above. The aerial shot of
Julia just being
Jessica Ford.
We collaborated with Jessica Ford. She created our posters for us, and we had really beautiful, great posters for advertising, and also hair pieces.
Yeah, Jamie.
I don't know anybody's last name.
Yeah, Jamie, Alicia. But literally, we went through so many places to the extent of Yellow Barn.
When you called the children's
museum. I called the freaking children's museum, and they had a sleepover that night.
So we couldn't do it.
We couldn't do it. I also called the bar Connor O'Neill's.
Yeah.
In the back, they have this room. It's kind of beautiful. So I know all these strange places on campus now that have spaces that are pretty cool.
We should just
even the Eeks building. We were checking out I was checking out the engineering building on North Campus.
And the lobby of Rackham and stuff.
That would have been awesome.
Anything and everything we were looking at, which was exciting.
But we ended up making
lot
some
of it,
dance like the 2 weeks before.
The majority of it, I think, was put together.
Wait, what does that do
before.
with the first thing?
Well, just that we did like all of this work on like getting a space, losing a space, like
Yeah, so true.
touring the Eeks building, and then like the actual thing that we made, we were like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's
felt very
something
rushed.
else that was funny is that like it felt fairly rushed the whole semester. Like we always need to like if someone's
There's always
like one
something to do.
person at least needs to be working once a day like with someone on a certain part.
Yeah.
And but then like yeah, it was like the last like 7 days or like 5 days even of like that week were ridiculous because first of all we hadn't had Matthew come in yet. Business.
We just made all of these dances to music that didn't exist.
He hadn't made the Iceland solo, which was the last song. He hadn't made that piece of music until he saw the piece, and that was like 4 or 5 days.
And our dancers were amazing. Like they came in so late at night because we were like, this is the only time we can meet. We have to like see at least what this looks like together once before we show it.
Yeah.
You know, like so we had 2 rehearsals. I think it was like 1 or 2 rehearsals where we actually had everybody together with Matthew, with lights, like.
It was kind
But it was costumes.
It was kind of amazing though, like that first time in Studio D. I remember when we like put it all together. We were like, okay guys, this is the order. Like people didn't even feel like they were in the same piece as the other people because they were different parts and stuff.
But I think that like we
And it
didn't
was
give
so
ourselves
amazing.
credit for like we planned that out so much, like what's going to go where, and then tied it in pieces because nobody could rehearse at the same time.
Yeah.
And then just fitted all the chunks together, and it went really well.
We were just like, did that work? That just worked. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And like
Just,
for,
like,
for
getting
me,
really giddy.
the magical moment of like everyone lying down and closing their eyes and going like this. When Allie did the solo, I was just like, yes.
And when we
Because like the
figured
end of the
out-
show is so important. You know?
Katie had the idea. We had this piece at the very end of the show where we're like, oh, this is gonna happen and it's gonna be great. All the dancers are gonna lie down and do this movement while there's one dancer is gonna dance on the space and have a solo. And we did it. And everybody had their eyes open, and we were all like, oh, this is
terrible.
My heart like
bad.
melted
Like,
into the floor. I remember I was like lying on my stomach and I could literally feel like my heart like melt into the
It
floor.
was
I
just like,
this
we
is
all
like,
were like,
everything I cared about and now it's all over. It's over
Yeah.
forever.
But like that was a great moment because then I think Julia was working with Allie on a solo moment, and Katie and I were just like, what do we do to make this not suck? And Katie was
Yeah.
like, well, what if we close our eyes? And so we just tried it, just like everybody
Yeah.
closed their eyes when they
Yeah.
did it, and all of a sudden it works. Like I don't know how you thought of that, but just all of a sudden it was like,
although I still had this
It's like
little
Julia's
fear when I think about it that it just worked because we couldn't see it anymore. We just like
No,
couldn't see it.
That's not
we
true
saw it on the
because-
outside.
It doesn't actually
Hilarious.
work, but we were less aware of how bad it was at the time.
But then even like at the very end, just the fact that like hearing that music and like being on the floor with everyone, just like absorbing for like 5 minutes like what just happened.
Yeah.
Each of those 3 shows was like so like I'm so thankful for that because like that doesn't happen very often where you get to like absorb your like what you
Also,
just did.
It was such like a
Right.
trust fall in that like you couldn't watch it.
Right.
Like there's so
Yeah.
many times that we were watching from backstage,
Right,
like
right.
trying to micromanage with our mind, and that
Right.
you just had to be like, I hope this is
Like
happening.
Allie's rocking this right now.
I mean,
She's rocking it.
I didn't have to do that because I was turning off the lights.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I kind of made up a demo just like this does look good because we were putting ourselves like out on a limb so much that we were just freaking ourselves out. Like there's no way
So hard.
we could have done that just on our own. And so it was amazing then to have all this support come in, like financially, dancers, and then just random people that would volunteer for like to help us with the lights, or to
tickets.
help us with tickets and passing out
Or like
programs. and-
teachers, like
yeah.
we're just very support. Like I was really surprised by the fact that like our like the chair of our department was like came on her birthday for
Yes.
the show, and we have like
That was
every
so
single faculty member except for like one ballet teacher who like was out of town. Oh well, whatever you know, whatever that was. They all came to the show, which was like
It's just
really
a
amazing.
super, like, you just feel really
Supportive.
humbled because you're like, thank you for coming. And they all liked it. They all came away and they were like, you guys did a really good job. It's just like, for us to hear that after slaving and just questioning for like a year, just that whole time we were like, this is so precarious and we have to keep going because we told people we were doing this.
It's crazy how many days we're like, this is horrible, and then days we're like, this is the best. No, it's horrible. Like,
yeah, it was literally like up and down.
So I guess we had a Google Doc going that like kind of got abandoned toward the end, but
we're very technologically savvy.
it was super awesome. We know how to work Google Docs, so make sure.
Yeah, we're not
Okay.
just dancers. We also work computers.
Okay, so we made a Google Doc Oh, just to like, this was in the very beginning stage of like, after we sat down on my bed and we're like, what is this thing? And then
kind of like how we are right now.
What we first did, we picked our dancers, and then we're like, what should we call this? And then in my phone, in my iPhone notes, I found things about #grand, and I still don't know to this day whether that was like stolen from something. I kept looking up online, like it's not a real thing, I know that, but like I wrote it down one day, and I'm not sure if it was from my brain or from something I saw. But anyway, I don't think it's stolen.
But it might be stolen.
We're not sure. Anyway, so we knew that it was like the general theme, and then Franny came in later, but in between all that, we started a Google Doc of just like,
Inspiration.
what do we think is #grand? Like, say anything you think, like write it down like Skittles one day, or like, and then videos, anything, poems. You had a poem that you put on there, it was pretty great. And then, yeah. And then, so the Iceland solo, which ended up being the very end piece, that was from Tequila posting a video in there that I ended up watching and using for inspiration like, toward the end of the process.
It's basically just this woman who travels through Iceland by herself, like for a period of months or something. It was a significant amount of time, but she just documents like herself. We were looking at also just there's a phrase from Franny that we're looking at, which is the courage to be an absolute nobody, and this woman is like videoing herself, just like as she's walking and exploring through Iceland, like just herself being like, this is how I'm dealing with myself alone right now, you know, like at some moments she's like, this is the best ever, and look, I just saw a little animal, and then like other moments she's like, you get kind of sick of yourself, you know, and you're just by yourself all the time. So we're looking at that, and Julia saw that clip, and
it's great how many things connect to this like tiny story.
Yeah.
And how like we could talk about, no, this is so Franny because the courage to be an absolute no one. This woman had so much courage to like go out and not perform for anyone. She just was doing these things without any sort of reinforcement from society. And then also like the isolation that Franny feels in the story could totally be related to Iceland, and it just it totally works for so many weird different things that like all built upon.
It was like a very surprisingly, I guess in a lot of times it was really stressful and like we got like super down about it, but like but it was really surprising like toward the end of it, and like seeing it all come together of like how, because we did split it. We didn't want it to be like, this is the Tequila piece, this is the Julia piece, and this is the Katie piece, and like it's all in one show, but we wanted it to be like an evening like work that like felt like one story, not narratively, but like one idea, one world. Yeah. It was amazing to see at the end how all of our like little stories and like little inspirations to make like these duets, like this trio that she made, her like big duet that she made with Maddie and Natalie, and then the things that we came up together, like how it started with like the face.
But also moving. Just like Tequila found this Iceland video that you made a solo for, and then like I decided to close our eyes for it. And that's just like one moment that we're like.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, anyways, I feel like we actually all presented things. And also, I feel like I did the least amount of choreography, but I still feel like I was somehow like just as involved. Which is interesting how like this show becomes like more than just making dances, and why it's so hard right now to make solos because there's no one else.
Yeah.